So, first of all, I want to wish everybody a happy new year, happy 2022. Now, of course, new year, everyone thinks about new start and, all the things that went wrong in 2021. However, I think 2021 serves as a learning curve, a learning moment in sum total. Because at the beginning of 2021, I can still remember, I think it was around now, I made a video and it was called, or rather, I decided that 2021 was going to be the year of impact. Now, theoretically speaking, that was a great idea, year of impact, absolutely. But my learning curve during the last year has been impact only happens if action is taken before. It's a chain reaction. Something has to happen in order to get to the point of impact. And this is where, we've seen in so many different reports. And, later on this month, I'll be bringing my own insights with the Experience Chasm survey about, how Black women feel across Europe. But the point being is what we saw in 2021 is that there wasn't very much impact because actually not very much action had been taken. What does that even mean for now? The difference about 2022 has to be that it can't just be a year of impact, because impact comes, there can be, immediate, short-term, mid-term, long-term. But the reality is that it has to be about taking immediate action. Immediate action. That means commitments are no longer enough. It means pledges are no longer enough. The plans that have been sitting there since last year that have been brought to the board, ratified by the board, are still being discussed, are looking for providers. That whole process has to now be sped up. It has to be sped up. We can no longer sit and wait and go, well, we're thinking about, no. 2022 has to be the year of action, meaningful action, but tangible action. Especially when you see there are so many different corporate certifications that reward companies for merely committing. Committing is a step, but committing isn't action per se. It's a signature. It's being part of an association of people who have pledged to do something. But now we critically have to get to the doing. Because technically speaking, 2021 should have been the year of planning, if anything. So you've done all the planning, you know what you want to do, you know what your strategic outlook is. Now it's time to bite the bullet, as it were. Start to implement. Start to push forward. Not just say gender equality is at the top of our list, not just say we are members of, and this is nothing to do with the projects in and of themselves, this is me just saying, the 30% club, the diversity project, all these kinds of projects and pledges. But how can you see that tangibly? How are you preparing yourself, or what do you have for evidence when it comes to your non-financial reporting disclosures? How can you show from your ESG disclosures that you focused on, depending on whose scoring policies you use, the workforce, human capital? How are you dedicating time, effort, resources? Because ultimately, not only is 2022 the year of action, it's going to be the year of measurement. And if you've not started, you can't be measured. And this is going to be the critical part too. No action, or inaction rather, can't be measured. It's not a tick to say, well, we have planned to. You don't get a gold star to say we are thinking about, our hopes are. Those are great. It's great to have hopes and goals and to be aspirational. But what is it that you have done? That's been action. That if I were to ask any woman in your company, any black woman in your company, what has XYZ done to you? How have you seen change from the beginning of last year to the end of last year? And what do you feel hopeful? How would they answer? Measurement. And it's going to be becoming more and more. The drive for transparency is going to increase. Accountability is going to increase. 2021, we know we can say, as I said, year of planning. Look, everyone can say they were building plans, making sure that 2022 is the year of action. But now we have to see it. The women in your company have to see it. The regulators have to see it. Your investors have to see it. Your shareholders have to see it. Your stakeholders have to see it. So if you haven't got 2022 as the year of action in your agenda, what is it today? The 10th of January? 21 days until the new month's up. Then the clock is really ticking. And it can't be things that take quarter over quarter to implement. It has to be now. So on that note, I'm hopeful for 2022 being a year of action. Because I want to be front, center, middle in the action. Helping financial services companies take action on their commitments to gender equality. Making sure that as they take those commitments, as you make those commitments, you don't forget about the intersection of race and gender, that you also bring that to the fore. Because only by doing that does really, I'm going to speak specifically about the financial service industry, but generally, only until we prioritize and take action and implement it and be willing to take the risk of sometimes getting it wrong, but readjusting and course correcting to make sure it serves the needs of women, do we have a chance at being a world leader at the forefront of gender equality. So once again, I wish everybody a happy new year and a productive year, a year full of action, so that when we get to the end, the discussions in December aren't about how much we should have got done and how much we haven't done, but rather how much progress we have made, how much time we have invested, how much resources we've invested to making sure that gender equality isn't just on the side, but that it's front and center. So, have a wonderful day, and thanks very much for your time. Bye-bye.